Looking all good. A recent road rage case in Johannesburg, and I'm sure everybody has seen it on social media, where the National Prosecuting Authority declined to prosecute a suspect, has caused even more debate. Of course, more investigation will be done, but at the moment, this particular person who fired the fatal shot is walking free, quote unquote. Online, Mike Bolhuis, crime expert, to comment. Mike Bolhuis, welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
This road rage scenario, I spend a lot of time on the road, and sometimes I do see instances of road rage. It's a dangerous thing, isn't it? Because I see people bumping into taxis chasing people, and human beings, you don't realize that a motor car or a gun or whatever they're doing is a fatal instrument. You can kill with a gun, you can kill with a car at the same time as well. People need to be careful out there.
Yeah, if I can quickly just say to the public to be careful of that, because the mindset of the human being today is at that level that it can easily explode. And it's because of extreme pressure. I mean, there could be SARS issues, financial issues. You know, SARS has sent so many statements out lately that it just makes people extremely emotional. It could be family problems. You could get out of bed on the wrong foot. You know, things can go wrong. You could have issues in the relationships. From where you get into the car, you drive through a pothole, that upsets you, and then somebody drives in front of you, or a taxi cuts you off, or there you get to a place where all the robots are out, and then you're in a bottleneck and you're late at work. All these emotions plays a role on a human. And what I advise is, if you're upset in your car, consider the first thing. Number one, there's nothing you can do about it. Just be careful, otherwise you're going to make mistakes. If somebody cuts in front of you, try and forgive and forget. But if you're that frustrated, hit your steering wheel a couple of times with your hands like we see in the movie, shout, scream, yell, punch your seat, whatever it takes, but just get your frustration out. But even before that, I mean, if you leave in the mornings, just, you know, go with a visualization that you might see a pothole, miss it. Drive carefully, slowly, go 10 minutes earlier. Just try and make the best of it. It's not going to change. The infrastructure in South Africa is bad. The traffic is always a nightmare, and it can work you up. And then obviously, I mean, the previous night, sleep well, look after your health, look after yourself. But say, for instance, you totally lose it. Never step out with a gun, and never step out with the intention to do any physical harm, because you are going to get trouble. This, what has happened here, is unique, quite unique, and it's quite unique that this man is not in jail. But we don't know the full circumstances, and we don't know why that decision has been made, and it will come out with factual statements. But the incident in itself is very important, because it's a warning to the public, and it's going to give a lot of explanations and obviously answers for those in future that has a situation similar or equal.
No, definitely. Certainly sound advice there. And yes, I mean, you know, I've actually seen one or two road rage incidents where it wasn't a major incident that set the people off, but then the minute the one person steps out the car, that's when trouble occurs, because the other person is going to go into fight-or-flight mode. They're going to defend themselves, and that's where you get fisticuffs and all sorts of nasty things happening. One needs to avoid that. I'm sure you'd agree. The best thing is stay in your car, and I would also perhaps say, raise your hand and apologize. You know, even if you're not in the wrong, say, sorry, mate, it's all right. And then move on and, as you say, boil inside. But that's going to be far safer for everybody concerned, isn't it?
Yeah, in Afrikaans, we've got a saying, 'n sagte woord keer die grimmigheid af. In other words, you know, any gentle move you make will downscale any form of aggression. And I mean, just take in consideration, you're late, you're upset, How much time do you lose if you get out of your car and start punching people, or vice versa? In this incident, what has happened, it could have become much worse. Both could have shot. All four could have been dead. Stray bullets, the kids, there was kids there. What about not shooting the target, missing the target and shooting somebody in the background? You know, when you draw a gun for self-protection, which you're allowed to do, you must have already considered exactly what if you miss, who is around you, is it extreme and imminent danger? In other words, if me and you walk into a mall and there's people attacking us because you've got a Rolex and they on us with a AK-47, can I at that moment draw and put him down? I'm allowed to kill him in order to save your life. But what is in the background? How many people are there? Am I a good shot? Have I been in training? Most people buy a gun, they never take it out of the safe. They never train with it. And this is a huge problem, the whole gun issue in our country. And that's why they want to rid people of guns, because they make more mistake with guns. More guns get robbed and used by criminals, and more guns, and more people aren't. Those listeners are listening to me now. How confident are you with your gun? Or do you have to run, get it, and then you shake so much and you don't know if it's loaded, if it's still in working order, has it been oiled? You haven't done any of that. You don't know the gun, how it works, and you don't know your surroundings. And are you going to be emotional and in fear? Because emotional and fearful decisions is wrong decisions. You must make informed decisions. You need to be able, capable, willing, and stable to have a gun and draw it and then shoot somebody, and make sure that it's extreme and imminent danger, and that it's in self-protection or in the protection of those people that you want to protect, and you will definitely hit the criminal and not somebody or innocent people or bystanders.
No, absolutely. The sad thing is that the few times I've seen people using firearms in public, which is not recommended, as you've said, they don't seem to show any sense of any kind of training. It's cock the gun and go. And of course, I mean, you can't discharge a firearm in a public place. In any case, you have to be extremely careful. But it's always done with no sense of who's standing around. And this is why we see so many innocent people killed in the crossfire of all of these tragic incidences.
Yeah. To those listeners and everybody listening later, if you have a gun, it must become part of your body and an extension of your hand. You must be comfortable with it. You must train with it. It must be like car driving or bicycle driving or exercises or whatever you do regularly. It must become part of that system. You must be able to work with that gun, know how it works, and not when you have it in hand become a different person, as you've said. The other thing that I want to say is in road rage, it's always best, as you've said, to just stay cool, calm, and collected. It's not worth it to get out and try and sort it physically. It won't work.
Absolutely. Some good advice there. So if you're listening to us right now, yeah, you are going to get angry on the roads, but walk away from the road rage. You don't want to be in a situation that we're discussing on air today where one person has actually died. That's beyond tragic. Mike Bolhuis, a crime expert. As always, thank you for joining us.